Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. In today's update, it's week 3 and me and the little ones have started the week off by tearing up the front section and we built a trench area. We've used light tan as we want to make it look like sand, and the section behind it we've made a rocky plateau with dark grey plates. The trenches were a suggestion by my son and I think it really adds so much to the mock, especially for play. I've made some pretty basic laser cannons which are on a turntable so they can be rotated to play with. We started building the lower section of the trench, but then we realised we better put down the foundations of the riverbed first, as a lot depends on the layout of the water. So we've added not just water but shoots of plants like reeds and some unusual coloured leaves. This is still going to be like an alien planet, so we can make it look a bit unusual and add some colour. Especially as the rest of the mock is so grey with the rock and the base itself. So, a wee closer look, we've got the remains of a clone here with some drops of blood. It's a wee bit grim. There's the legs of a super battle droid which is splashed down here, and the rest is pretty standard, although for the water's edge I'm going to do a bit of a snot technique and build outwards using slopes. It's something I've never really done before, so we'll see how that goes. I have to say, I love the trench, man. I think it's fantastic. It really is a great thing to add to the mock. There's a few studs on the ground too, so we can fill this with some troopers. Here you can see it connects together. It's very smooth and it should work perfectly when I transport it and assemble it. But we do have to be careful not to accidentally put Lego on top of the gap. We plated this section underneath with light tan. It's supposed to be like a dugout area with sand, so I think it looks pretty effective like that, and we'll fill this section in next week here. Up top, we've done some rock work. Well, we've levelled this off and made a slight mound here with grey dark plates and wings. So in the week we had a day off, and then we came back and we started figuring out the first floor above the armoury. It's quite a long section and we want to be able to take it off as a single floor piece. So this is it. It's lined with white and grey plates to fit in. And on top of the ground floor I've put jumper plates so this can sit on it easily and come off. So when the kids were asleep, I stayed up and I greebled the edge section of the ground floor. This is quite fiddly work and it does take ages. You wouldn't think it, but I really wanted to make this look good, so I took my time to get it right. I think this is certainly something the kids don't really enjoy doing. It's very tedious and time consuming. They'd rather do the terrain bits at the front and more of the interior stuff. Once the edging was done, it was time to start the slanted section on the first floor, and I want to make it have an angular edge, so I used these hinges. I have to say, I'm really happy with how this turned out. Lastly, I have these really unusual pieces which are from a Lego crane from like 2010, I think. And these are the wheel arches of the crane at the back, and I think they'll make really good window areas, or kind of window edges, or whatever you call them. Maybe window ledges? No, I don't know. Frames, window frames. I don't know. So I've popped them on, and in the middle I really wanted to have a round window. Lots of clone bases, and later on Imperial bases, and just Star Wars architecture in general use this feature. So I've done an upside down arch piece to hold it in. It looks really good. And behind it I'm going to have a hologram table with Chancellor Palpatine on it, so it's going to be a really key section of the mock. I hope you enjoyed the progress this week. It's really taken shape. Next week, me and the kids will be starting and finishing the interior of this section. It will be the main command centre with computers, a map, the hologram and a few Jedi walking about. And this is actually a wee sneak peek of it, so join me next week to see the progress. Please do give the video a thumbs up, and thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye!